A calorie is not a calorie. There's all different kinds of calories. Isn't that an interesting statement? It's a bit like saying there's all different kinds of water. And there is, but they're all water. They just come in different forms. So at the moment, we've got beautiful free water coming out of the sky in the form of snow. About 5 hours ago, it was pouring rain. You can have hail, which is ice coming out of the sky. That's the interesting thing about calories, though. They're all calories. Some of them come from carbohydrates, some of them come from protein, some of them come from fat, some of them come from alcohol. But a calorie is just a measurement of the energy that those things give us. So how many calories does our body need? And the format that we put them into our body, of course, is a choice. And the way the body uses them is different and is a choice. Well, the body doesn't get to choose. We get to choose what we put in. So we use them all for energy, for example. So we use fat and carbohydrate predominantly for energy. We use protein for rebuilding and for a little bit of energy. And alcohol is that interesting thing that we use for pleasure, perhaps, and there's nowhere to store it. And they're the 4 macronutrients, the things that we can live on. But the interesting thing, and a bit like snow coming out of the sky, it is still water. And calories are just calories. They're a measurement of what we've put into our body or the energy that our body's going to use. So the beautiful thing is, rather than focusing on are they fat calories, or are they carbohydrate calories, or are they protein calories, could it be a really good idea to focus on eating for pleasure and performance? What do I need so that I can enjoy my food? What do I need so I can get magical, mighty, magnificent performance from my food? And I always ask those 4 questions. Do you want to have a stack of energy, perform at your best, look great in the mirror, love the way your body feels to touch? And do you want to get the results that you want from your eating plan? And of course, the things that the macronutrients give us, the calories that they give us are for energy and for rebuilding. And some of them have more, and that's just an interesting side note. We often hear carbohydrates bad and protein is excellent and it's great for rebuilding and fat makes you fat. But fat has 9 calories per gram, carbohydrate and protein have 4.5, alcohol has 7. So the energy that they give us is different. And what our body uses them for, technically, yes, for energy, but we don't use fat and protein to rebuild, fat and carbohydrate to rebuild, but we do use protein to rebuild. We use fat to keep us warm. Today's a great day to have a little bit of extra fat on your body because it would keep you warm. If you're very lean today, you're going to be much colder than a person that's carrying a little bit of extra chubba. And fat is a really important part of, yes, keeping us warm, but making sure that our body works effectively, supporting our internal organs. So everything's important. So rather than focus on calories and counting them and measuring and weighing and all the boring things about food, could we just look at food as a pleasurable experience to make sure that we get everything that we need so that we can perform at our best, have a stack of energy, and be able to go and do all the things that we want to do because we need energy to go snow skiing, go snowboarding, go make snowmen today. But calories are simply a measurement of energy. So rather than counting them and being concerned about them and whinging and moaning and complaining about them, how about create a body that needs to use lots of calories, that can burn lots of calories because it's got a fast engine. And that's why I always talk about being fit, healthy and strong rather than go on a diet, count your calories, weigh and measure your food. Because when you've got a body that's fit and strong, it needs more energy. It needs more calories. You need more protein for rebuilding because you're constantly using your body. You need more carbohydrate because the more muscle you have, the more muscle that you maintain, the more your body will burn sugar, will burn carbohydrate. Now, we only store 0.5 kilo of carbohydrate, so if you need it for energy to exercise, and that's high intense activity, lifting heavy, getting puffed, then your body will burn up the carbohydrate that you eat because you're using it. It's got no chance to turn into fat. Protein's got no chance to turn into fat because your body's constantly using it to rebuild your muscles, to rebuild every part of your body because we're made of protein. And your fat cells can't get fat because you're constantly using fat for energy. And that's the 3 things that are really important. Your base metabolic rate, which is how many calories your body uses just to stay alive in a warm room. So today we need more calories because it's cold. But your base metabolic rate is how many calories your body needs to survive. And then throughout the day, your metabolic rate is how fast you're burning calories at a particular time. And when you're fit and strong, and when you've got more muscle, and when you've got a respiratory quotient, which is where the calories are coming from. So if your body prefers to burn fat when you're resting, and most of us are resting more than we're exercising, most of us are resting more than we're doing high intense activity, then the whole thing works beautifully. So rather than got to go on a diet, got to count calories, got to be concerned about my calories, what are my macronutrient percentages? What if we just enjoyed our food, eat for pleasure, eat for performance, have a fit, strong body so that you can burn up everything you put into it, so that if you want to go snow skiing, you'll have a stack of energy and you'll stay warm. Wouldn't that be awesome? Live your life to the max. Woohoo!